Most people think rain only changes the weather, but rain changes people too. The strange part is that almost everyone feels it, even if they cannot explain it. Conversations become quieter, thoughts become deeper, old memories return without warning, and emotions people normally keep hidden suddenly feel closer to the surface. There is a reason for that, and it begins far earlier than most people realize. Long before cities, before electric lights, before roads or walls or phones, rain completely changed human life. A storm meant shelter. It meant stopping movement. It meant gathering together in small protected spaces while the outside world disappeared into darkness and sound. For thousands of years, rain forced human beings to slow down, and the human brain never forgot it. Even now, your body reacts to rain in ways you do not consciously notice. The sound of rainfall creates what psychologists call pink noise, a softer and more balanced version of white noise that naturally calms the nervous system. It lowers external stimulation. It masks sudden sounds. It creates a feeling of environmental consistency that the brain interprets as safe. That safety changes the way people think. When the brain feels less threatened by the outside world, it attention inward. Thoughts become more reflective. Emotions become easier to access. This is one reason people often feel more honest during rain, especially at night. The world grows quieter, and when the world becomes quieter, people begin hearing themselves more clearly. Researchers have also found that lower light levels and overcast skies affect serotonin and melatonin production in the brain, subtly changing mood and emotional perception. Rainy environments often create a slower mental rhythm, one that encourages introspection instead of stimulation. That is why a rainy night feels completely different from a bright afternoon, even in the exact same room. The human brain treats them like different worlds. There is another reason rain feels emotional, and it has to do with memory. The brain stores emotional experiences together with sensory information. Sound, smell, temperature, lighting, and rain contains some of the strongest sensory signals humans experience. The smell of wet earth, the soft echo of distant thunder, water moving against windows, reflections stretching across dark streets. When people hear rain years later, the brain often reconnects those sensations to older emotions automatically. Sometimes you are not reacting to the rain itself. You are reacting to every memory your mind quietly attached to rain before this moment. That is why rain can make people nostalgic without understanding why. Why a random storm can suddenly remind someone of childhood, of loneliness, of comfort, of a person they have not thought about in years. Rain slows the outside world enough for hidden memories to catch up. And then there is nighttime. Something about rain after dark affects humans differently. Cities become quieter. Lights reflect against wet streets. Windows glow warmer. The distance between people feels larger. But strangely, emotional feelings feel closer. Psychologists believe humans become more self-aware at night because there are fewer distractions competing for attention. Add rain to that environment, and the effect becomes stronger. The brain shifts away from external alertness and toward internal thought. That is why people often have their deepest conversations during storms. Why confessions happen in cars while rain hits the windshield. Why loneliness feels heavier during rainy nights, but comfort also feels more meaningful. Rain does not create emotions. It reveals the ones that were already waiting underneath the noise. And maybe that is why humans have always been drawn to it. Why people sleep better during storms. Why rain sounds are used for anxiety relief. Why millions of people play rain audio just to think, rest, study, or feel calm. Part of the human mind still associates rain with shelter, still recognizes it as a moment where survival pauses for a while, where movement slows, where attention turns inward instead of outward. Even now, after thousands of years of civilization, The sound of rain still reaches something ancient in the human brain. Maybe that is why rainy nights never feel completely empty. The streets may look abandoned. The sky may feel distant. But rain has a strange way of making people feel connected to their thoughts, to their memories, and sometimes to parts of themselves they normally avoid hearing. And somewhere deep in the mind, humans still understand what rain once meant. Not danger, not inconvenience, but pause. A temporary moment where the world softens enough for the human mind to finally speak.